Shalom, Israel. Giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Going to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. We're going to say peace and blessings to the elect, to the Akim on the four corners, pushing this word in the truth and sincerity. Shema Moth again with the DC camp, coming at you with another quick lesson. I want to get the scripture out first. It says Isaiah 33 and 22. Isaiah 33 and 22, it says, "For the Lord is our judge. The Lord is our lawgiver. The Lord is our king. He will save us." Now, just pondering over this scripture and thinking about it, and the first thing that popped up in my mind is the three branches of government. Now, you hear the three branches of government in the so-called wicked kingdom, and I'm talking about a three-branch government in a righteous kingdom. What does it consist of? Well, we're gonna talk about that. The first scripture I was going to bring out, talking about our judge. So when you think of judge, you think of Supreme Court, you think of justice, you think of this word shapat, which means judge. It means to govern, vindicate, or punish. It is always two sides, vindicate or punish. So when you're judging, it's either or outcome. Either you're going to get vindicated or you're going to get punished. So the first scripture I'm going to bring out is Psalms 98 and 3. Reading Psalms 98 and 3, it says, "O sing unto the Lord a new song, for he has done marvelous things. His right hand and his holy arm has gotten him the victory. The Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai hath made known his salvation. His righteousness hath he openly showed into the sight of the heathen. He hath remembered his mercy and his truth toward the house of Israel. All the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our power." And, you know, when it's talking about judge, well, let me continue on. This is Psalms 98 and 9. I'm going to jump down. Psalms 98 and 9, it says, "Before the Lord, for he cometh to judge the earth. With righteousness shall he judge the world, and the people with equity." Now, so let's break that down. It says he's coming to judge the earth. How is he going to come to judge the earth? Well, he's judging the earth now of all the wickedness. All the sins have reached up into heaven, according to Revelation, and we see it. We see earthquakes in diverse places all over the world. So some with up tens of thousands of earthquakes throughout the world. We see the shake-up of the people. We see brother against brother, like in Venezuela, like in Greece, like in Syria. We see the Lord judging the earth with torrential rains and floods, famine, you know. And that's how he judges the earth, you know, because a lot of people say Mother Earth or Mother Nature. No, it's actually Father Nature. Father Nature judges this earth, and he's gonna shake it. Scriptures say he's gonna shake it to and fro like a drunkard, and that's with those nuclear missiles. Because his spirit is gonna be in those nuclear missiles too. So he's gonna get physical and he's gonna get natural. He is a natural disaster. You know, the ground shook, the mountain shook when he spoke. In Mount Sinai, so you know he's a natural disaster, you know, but he also is a vindicator. So we have to keep that the Lord. We're going to get into it. That the Lord, when you think of justice, you think of a scale. You think of balance. You know, the Lord is perfect balance. So you got to have both vindication and punishment. That brings us to that word equity. That equity means balance. That's all it means. It just means balance. You know, vindication and punishment. Proverbs 11:1 says that the false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. You see? So he has both. You know, he's a walking disaster, but he also is salvation. You know, he's both. He has that dual attribute about him, and he does it perfectly. You know, and that's what we trying to learn. We trying to learn how to be, try to be that perfect, walking in perfect balance in our lives. You know, to vindicate us and not to be punished like we've been in the past. All we've been is punished. You know, because we not living according to his word. So John 5:22, we'll read John 5:22. This is John 5:22. It says, "For the Father judgeth no man, but has committed all judgment unto the Son." That's talking about Yahushua. "That all men should honor the Son," Sakari, "even as they honor the Father," Sakari. "He that honoreth not the Son honoreth not the Father which hath sent him. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that heareth my word and believeth on him that sent me have everlasting life, and shall not come into condemnation, but it passes from death unto life." See what I'm saying? Perfect balance. You go from punishment to vindication, and that's what we're looking for. In these times to come. Part of salvation is being vindicated. Vindicated from what? From death. You see? It says, "He that heareth my words and believeth on him that sent me have everlasting life, and shall not come into condemnation, but is passed from death unto life. Verily, verily, I say unto you, the hour is coming, and now is, when the dead shall hear the voice of the Son of the Power, and they that hear shall live. For as the Father hath life in himself, so hath he given the Son to have life in himself, and have given him authority to execute judgment, also because he is the Son of Man." You see? So that judge, when it says, "For the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is our judge," we talking about the judgment is going to be, has been given to Yahushua. So Yahushua is duly and rightfully needed to be praised, you know, because all power was given to him. Moving on, our lawgiver, says that the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is our lawgiver. Of course, we know that the laws was given to Moses to give to the children of Israel, to give, you know, that we could follow it, pass it on to our sons. And I'll just read the scripture. This is Psalm 147:19. It said, "He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation, and as far as his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord." You see? So those laws were given to us by Moses from the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, to govern our people. And that's what the law is for. It's for governance. You got to have governance. Now, when we look at this three branches of government, you got wicked judges, you got Clarence Thomas, you got you got these wicked judges on these courts. You heard about the judges who were making juveniles pay up and go to prison because they was getting back pay. You know, you got wicked judges on these courts, man, all throughout the cities, all throughout the states, all throughout the land of Babylon, North America, you know, and wherever we are, wherever Israel is, you know, you have no sort of, like they say, blind eye in judgment. There's no such thing as a blind eye in this wicked judgment, you know, because she's peeking underneath her blindfold. She's supposed to be blind, but she's peeking under and having biased opinions against our people. Now, when you think of the lawgiver, you think of the legislative branch, which is like Congress, right, Parliament, and you know, different countries throughout the world. And wicked Parliament, you got wicked Congress, nothing but wickedness going on. Now, the definition of legislative or to legislate, legislature is a body of persons having the power to legislate, right? Specifically, an organized body having the authority to make laws for a political unit. Now that political unit is the elite, the Rothschilds, because they have an agenda. So whatever agenda that the Rothschilds and the elites, banking families, they're the ones who put out these laws, basically against us, against Israel. You know, these laws are against us. That's why we find no rest. That's why we can't have rest. But this is the punishment, like I said before, from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai against us, right? Because we went off. We didn't follow his law, which is equity. Nothing but equity. When you do right, you get right. You see? But because we went off his law, we under subject to these wicked laws, and everyone knows about these wicked laws, like driving while black, and you know, the Freddie Grays and the Mike Browns, you know, all these people that got shot and executed, you know, in the streets of North America and throughout the lands, throughout the country, throughout the world. This is Leviticus 26 and 46. It says, "These are the statutes and judgments and laws which the Lord made between him and the children of Israel in Mount Sinai by the hands of Moses." See, the law that we're supposed to follow, right, is the Levitical laws. These are the things that keep us equitable, keep us in balance. You see, there's things we need to do, and there's things that we shouldn't be doing. You know, it keeps you equal, keeps you on solid, steady ground. You see, John 1 and 14. It says, John 1 and 14. It says, "And the Word, which is Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, was made flesh and dwelt among us. And we beheld his glory, and the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. John," talking about John the Baptist, "bare witness of him, and cried, saying, This was he of whom I spake. He that cometh after me is preferred before me, for he was before me. And his fullness we have all received, and grace for grace. For the law was given by Moses, but grace and truth came by Yahweh Shai Mashiach." Now I wanted to emphasize that word fullness, because when you look up that word fullness in the Greek, is pleroma. When you look at pleroma, it says that which is or has been filled, like a cargo ship or a freight train loaded with merchandise, sailors, soldiers, and people. Continuing on in the blue letter, it says in the New Testament, the body of believers as that which is filled with the presence, power, agency, riches of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. And also, if you look in the lexicon, it says repletion or completion. Repletion or completion is a fulfillment of a need or desire. So that fulfillment, that need and desire that we desire, that rest, that truth, all comes from the Word. All comes from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. This is what we've been looking for. This is what we've been seeking for. And it's been here the whole time. It's been in our midst. It's been on our shelves, right? It's been here, but we just failed to pick it up because we look for our salvation in other places. You see? So that's why this is the fullness, right? The completion, right? That we all desire, that we ever desire, is right here in this book. So don't let anyone take your crown, as the scriptures say. Now, finally, the king, our king, the executive branch. So when you think of the executive branch, what you think of? You think of presidents, you think of kings, right? You think of high authority people in charge, right? The executive branch, the one who do executive orders, right? Like Barack, his executive orders that he loved to fulfill was the mark of the beast. He pushed that health care bill. So part of his executive orders is to push death and destruction for our people. See, because according to Revelation 13th chapter, around 15 to the 17th verse, you're not supposed to take the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast is the RFID chip. If you didn't know, look it up. The RFID chip is the mark of the beast that's spoken about in Revelation the 13th chapter. Bottom line, there's no other mark of the beast. That is the mark of the beast, accompanied with the image of the beast. Right? The image of the beast is his philosophies, his democracy, his homosexuality, right? His lesbianism, his, basically wickedness. All he doing is pushing out that wickedness. That's the image of the wicked. That's the image of his executive orders. Now, when you look up the word king or executive, when you look up king, it says one who descended from noble birth. And we know that's Yahushua. Yahushua is that king who descended from noble birth. Read Matthew 2:6. It says, and thou Bethlehem in the land of Judah art not the least among the princes of Judah, for out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. See, the Lord's people is Israel. If you haven't known or don't know, Matthew 2:6 said a governor is going to come out of Bethlehem, and that's Yahushua. Isaiah 9:6 says, For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government, peace there shall be no end, upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth even forever. The zeal of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshai of hosts, will perform this. See, that's our governor. Our governor is Yahushua, and the things in his word and everything he spoke about in the law and the prophets. This is what we did when the scriptures say all scripture is given by inspiration, for reproof, for correction, for doctrine. You see, this is what we needed. This the whole time. This is all we needed. Genesis 49:10, it says, the scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and Shiloh is Yahushua, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be. See, it all goes back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All goes back to the Father and the Son. This is our three branches of government: the Father, the Son, and the Word. Luke 1:68. Blessed be the Lord, power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people, Israel, and have raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us, to perform the mercy promised to our fathers, and to remember his holy covenant, the oath which he sware to our father Abraham, that he would grant unto us, that we, being delivered out of the hand of our enemies, might serve him without fear, in holiness and righteousness before him all the days of our life. That's simple, plain. That's the whole reason for all of this. The reason for our videos, the reason for our street preaching, for all the things that we do in our life, the reason why we read this book called the Bible. This is the reason. This is the reason for righteousness, to walk in righteousness before him. Revelation 19 is the last scripture we'll bring up. Revelation 19:11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. And he sat upon it, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doeth judge and make war. His eyes were a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew, but he himself. And he was clothed with the vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of the Power. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. And he treadeth the winepress in fierceness and wrath of almighty power. And he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. See, it all goes back. That's our king. Our king is Yahweh Shai. Then you have the legislator, which is the law, which was given already by the hands of Moses even before that, because we know Noah, we know Abraham, we know Adam had the law, right? And also the judge of righteousness, the judge of vindication, right, or punishment. So with that, say Kal Halal Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessing to the Akim, pushing his word throughout the four corners of the earth. Till we see again, till we meet again. Shalom.